Yeah, welcome Dariush Soudi to the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Yes, so just give us a small background of who you are, what you do.
I'm an ongoing search for that answer. So I think one of the things that kind of always been with me since childhood is that I'm always growing. I'm always developing. So I don't think at any stage in my life I'm anything, right? So currently I have about 6 million followers on my Gladiator kind of tribe online, which we started about 8 years ago. We teach how to inspire people, sharing my story. Why the gladiators? Because I've had a couple of heart attacks. I've been attacked at home. I should have been dead like 3 times, and I'm not. I'm still here to tell the story.
Crazy.
So we call the movement gladiators, because the more people you serve, the more battles you fight, the more you win.
Yeah.
You come one stage closer to being free. So I think what I'm looking for, we were discussing this before this podcast started, is like just everybody's wanting freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's just freedom. What is that freedom?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm constantly looking for that freedom, but along the way, inspire people, because when I lost everything, there was nobody there for me. And I just made a decision stupidly.
No family, nothing?
Pardon?
Didn't have no family?
Yeah, I had
there?
3 kids and a wife, yeah. And I lost almost £100 million. And there was nobody there for me, as in advice. Emotional support, yes. But end of the day, when you go to bed alone and you've lost everything, you're alone, right? There's nobody can support you. It's you and your mindset to build it all again. So I just want to be there for people, and it's worked. Because what people say, my followers say, is that I'm very authentic. I don't care about sharing my failures and mistakes. And it's working.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is, isn't it? Like being authentic, being real. When you see all these social media gurus
Can I
these days,
swear? Can I swear on your podcast?
Yeah, for me, everything is
The
fine.
bullshitters, yeah. What happened was the other day, I have an apartment somewhere, and I was checking out the apartment, and this social media guy, influencer, came in his probably a couple of $1 million Porsche 918. And I thought, oh my God, I follow this guy. I went over towards him to say hello, and then the rent-a-car guy comes to pick up the Porsche. I was like, I think I'll just turn back and didn't speak to the guy. But it was just like, what's real?
Yeah, you don't know anymore, especially here in the UAE.
Yeah, and the guy came around taking pictures of the corners of the Porsche to make sure the guy hadn't scratched it, shook hands and went off. I was like, wow, there's me thinking this guy's got my dream car. And he was always rented.
Yeah. But I think that's also the younger generations, or the wannabes entrepreneurs, they think it's so easy, isn't it, to become an entrepreneur without failures. But the most people, like you say, especially here, it's all rented, and you see it with your own eyes.
There's people who've earned it, but the ones who earn it quickly are just maybe 0.1% of the population. Otherwise, you got to work your ass off. And then look at I was watching a video today of Jeff Bezos. In 1998, people were laughing at him.
Yeah.
His company never made a profit. They were laughing at him, and in 25 years, he's become the 2nd richest man on the earth.
Yeah.
So even 25 years is not a long time to become the 2nd richest man on earth, right? Yeah. So what is a time span? What you mentioned was life's become easy, right? When I was young people's age, there was no internet. So I had to go to a library queue, wait for somebody to put that book down before I pick up that book. Sometimes I went to the library, 2 hours, bike ride, walk, and I couldn't get the book. So I had to go home and go another day to get that book I wanted. Now you can be on the toilets and have access to information, right? Yeah. So life has become easier. But then how we use that information is the key.
Exactly. Just going back to your past,
you want to make me cry. Everybody wants to make me cry, right?
But I think it's being the true person, isn't it? And that's I think what's missing, as we just spoke. It's missing in this world, in this generation, that everyone wants to be strong, but it's actually about failures, about being authentic, and that's the true value in the end. I think that's what lasts longer, what people look up to.
Sure,
it's very important.
I think we had this. Let's make me say something controversial. I went to a Dan Pienaar. Are you familiar with Dan Pienaar, the trillion dollar?
Crazy.
I went to his castle. I'm not going to say anything. But when I left, I had 2 stars in my eyes,
Yeah.
right? Because I've never been abused so much in my life, right? It's just 7 days of abuse. And
You sleep. You also sleep there, I think, in the
slept
castle.
at the
Yeah.
It was really funny because this guy's like a dictator, right?
Yeah.
And he insults everyone, men, women,
Yeah.
black, white, Chinese, doesn't matter. He just
You
insults
should be
you.
president.
Well, we got a semi guy
Prime
running
Minister.
now, yeah. So you know what's really crazy? The other day, Donald Trump messaged, "We're going to take over Canada," right? Yesterday, the Prime Minister of Canada resigned. I'm like, you kidding me?
No.
And now his son today is in Greenland because he wants to buy Greenland. I'm like,
Wow.
don't tell me in 2-3 months Canada's going to join America and America's going to buy Greenland. It's just crazy shit's happening right now. But so Dan Pena said that when you measure a man's handshake, it's half the strength that it was a few years back. So people are automatically becoming weaker. You know, you go to the gym. Not many people do anymore, right? They want to inject. They want quick results. They don't want to go to the gym, make an effort.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing a talk next week, and I say the higher the price tag, the better the deal.
Exactly. Yeah. You grow as a person also.
Yeah.
You can achieve your big goals, your dreams.
Yes.
And that's what they underestimate. But just going back now to Dan Pena,
Sure.
because I was also looking into that like 7 years ago, but I didn't do it. Must be a crazy experience, correct?
Mad. You sign a disclaimer that any abuse he gives you is not personal.
Wow.
And he gives you abuse from hello to goodbye. But then I had an hour with him on my own. He's the nicest human being you could meet. So you think it's a show. It's a show. The whole thing is a show. But we learned a lot. When we came back a year and a half ago, my son and I set up a veterinary clinic business. Vets. Now we have 5. We own 6. We just bought our 6th veterinary clinic.
Wow.
What I learned from his courses. So it took a while for us to digest it. But once we did, we got a chain of veterinary clinics now from what we learned from his course. So he's paid for himself many times over.
100. I think every advice from a mentorship or a mastermind, if it costs 5,000 or 50,000, you just, if you learn one thing, it's already worth it, isn't it?
Connect with someone.
Yeah.
Right? Just connect with that person that happens to be able to afford a $50,000 ticket price. Right? Somebody can afford $50,000 to invest in themselves. They're probably a kind of person you want to work with.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, here's the funny thing. I'll give you an example. So he's given us abuse for 7 days, right? There's no favoritism. He actually liked my son because I think he was young. He didn't give him much abuse. But I was fat so-and-so and fat Baldy, fat Kojak. I was, you name it, he gave us insults. So he's got this scary persona about him, right? And then we're having a goodbye party where everybody has to wear kilts, right? And they're saying there was a memo, and there's a memo for everything, right? You have to go to the toilet, you flush it twice, you turn the lights off at this time. It's like really a concentration camp in this castle, right? Everything's regimented, everything's memoed. Yeah. And then he sends a memo saying we're having a goodbye party. And before the goodbye party starts, there's going to be some whiskey tasting, right? Whatever you do not be sick in the castle. I'm reading, I'm like, how stupid. Who's going to be sick in this castle? Yeah. He's got double-barrel shotguns he shows off to people, right? He's going to shoot them, right? So we have this whiskey tasting, and there's this American guy right in front of us, sick on his carpet. Oh. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, no wonder the guy's got a manual for everything, right? And they quickly got rid of him because he shot them. And I was like, everybody needs a manual. Every frigging person needs a manual, even if they know the consequences are painful.
Yeah. Crazy.
And this guy afforded $50,000 and a week of his life to spend in Castle, and he's sick on his carpet. Yeah. Madness.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Just come back then to the past. So
Here we go. Bring me to the past.
So you had said you had 3 heart attacks?
2.
2 heart attacks. And then you lost your 100 million.
Yeah, what happened was...
when was that? How many years?
Several businesses, 2008.
In UK, yeah?
UK, Manchester. I had several busices, health
So you're born and raised in Manchester as well?
No, I was born in Iran.
Iran.
Raised in Iran, went there 1979. I would have been 13. Went to England to learn to speak English, and then revolution started, and we stayed.
Well, your English is it's a fluent English. You're born in
because I used to have my ass kicked if I spelled anything wrong or pronounced anything wrong. So I just I was determined I wasn't going to get bullied. And I was bullied all the time. And so I used to support Liverpool, right? So I'll say Liverpool, and I'll have my ass kicked, by everyone. I was like, I'm going to make sure those pronunciations are perfect. And I sound Welsh because I'm a bit soft-spoken, right? So they say, are you from Wales? I said, no. Anyhow, I used to own 7 health clubs with my ex-wife. We got divorced. She found a partner, came to live in Dubai. So I decided to look after our kids. I met a new lady, who's my second wife now. We had a child, and she was in Spain. I was in the house with my older kids for my first. There was a knock on the door. I go down, open the door, and men walk in with knives, pin me against the wall, put a knife to my neck. They want your money. And the guy who walked in was one of my franchisees of my business.
But you didn't see him?
I saw him.
Oh.
He came and what had happened was, all the way, this is the fact, taking full responsibility. All the way through our process of doing business with him, I knew he was dodgy, right?
You had the feeling already in the beginning, but you didn't.
But I was going so for the money.
Yeah. You didn't see left and right, innit?
Yeah. I was blinking. Yeah. Why he would delete a message, why he would do this, why he would pay cash and checks. And, I was so busy making money, I didn't see the signs. So I say to people, just step back always. Look at the signs because they're always there. Just 100%. Choose not to see it. Especially in relationships, men and women go, why did this happen to me? Well, because you picked them. You knew it. You just choose not to pick it. So anyhow, he'd borrowed money from some dodgy people to buy my franchise. Along the way, he took all the know-how, told them we can get our money back and run this business ourselves. So they thought if they can come to my house, put a knife to my neck. But then they got arrested within an hour. I said to them, I don't carry that kind of money. And they said, we know where your kids are, we know this. So that night, I sent the kids to Dubai. And then about a few months later, I had a heart attack, the pressure of it all. So I drove all the way from Manchester. I had 3 houses in Spain, drove from Manchester, Tunnel, France, Spain in 48 hours. I was like this, didn't sleep, just went straight, is this real? And then got back, had no interest in the business, had a heart attack, told people that when I had a heart attack, I decided that I didn't want to die alone. I wasn't scared of dying. It was really strange. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to die alone. My kids are in Dubai, so whatever happens, I'll come to Dubai. And I set a date, September 2009, whatever reason. Told the buyers of my business, and they gazumped me. So they paid me 10%. They didn't pay me 90%.
Oh.
To sue us.
And it still exists now, the health clubs?
Yeah. But they lost because if you steal from someone, somebody will steal from you, right? So they didn't last. The health club's still going, but new owners. So I wasn't the landlord. The landlord just subleased it to different owners, and it's exchanged hands a few times. But then I lost everything. And then the funny thing was I owed the taxman VAT of £30,000, about $35,000. I had a couple of million in the bank. I said to the accountant, let's pay them. And he goes, no, it's injustice. Why pay him? Let's go to court. And I didn't know if the government in England is going to sue you, they will announce it in the London Gazette. And when anything is announced in the London Gazette, all your bank accounts are frozen. It was just like a domino effect, right? If I'd known that, I would have paid them. Yeah. I still have a lot of money sitting in England that I can't touch.
So you will never get it, you think?
I don't want to go back. The whole place repulses me. And I sued the people who came to the house. Yeah. They pleaded guilty. They got 6 months house arrest. Can you imagine going to somebody's home with their kids in it, with a knife? So I felt prejudice, right? Against, they're white, I'm not. And I felt if it was happened the other way around, I would be in jail, right?
100%.
So I thought, screw this country. I'm not going back. Went to Spain, literally did a house sale, put the keys on the kitchen tables and walked out. Left 3 places in Spain. I don't know whatever happened to them, nothing. Because you just thought, if I burn my boats, I'll never go back. I just burned my boats. Ended up with about $750 in my pocket.
And then you'd come here.
Yeah, and I've made it many times over. Yeah. That's
the entrepreneur.
And I was 44.
Wow.
And I'm 58.
Wow.
So imagine you got 3 kids.
Yeah.
They didn't go to school for 6 months. And I lived in a maid's room. Before, there was a fly on the wall documentary called That's Rich. It was me, Ricky Hatton. They used to ITV, 7 o'clock on a Thursday, peak time. follow me everywhere, and him, and video me walking to a showroom buying a Ferrari on my card and stuff. And then 6 months later, I'm in a maid's room. They couldn't afford a car.
Oh,
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's all meant for you, or could you have done it differently?
Best thing that ever happened.
Best thing what ever happened.
No, at the time, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Honestly, I felt like killing myself, because the worst thing is when you feel you've let your family down. You can, if somebody gives you money, you can have $1,000 and blow it on anything. But if somebody gives you $10 and said, look after it, and you lose that, to me, that's much more painful than losing $1,000. It was like I let my family down. And that was my driving force, to pay the school fees. The embarrassment of going to the headmaster saying, I can't afford to pay. So, yeah.
So you think like all the things you went through and all the experiences, you're meant for this, what you're doing now, to change the other people's lives, make them better of your experience?
I think I always did.
And they have some guidance, because as you said, you didn't have the social media and you had to go to the bookstore and go back the next day. So now the access is much easier in the end, but then people can relate to someone and say, okay, I also had the past, or I have it hard to make the step. So I have a person I can look up to. Oh, he went through that. I'm going to do it as well.
I've never plotted my path, but I always had 6 months goals, financial goals. Like, I want to live in this apartment. I want to have an office here. I want cars like this. I'll give you a couple of things. You have to believe in miracles, right? I believe in miracles. Happen to me every single day. And when I had nothing, I had a vision board. And on this vision board, there was a white Ferrari with a black roof. Now, I couldn't afford a Yaris rent-a-car, but this white Ferrari with a black roof was on my vision board, right? So I achieved all my goals, and the white Ferrari with a black roof, I didn't have the money. And then somebody contacts me on LinkedIn and says, we have a car club. Can I come and see you? You pay 11,000 dirhams a month. You can have any of these cars for 2 days a month. Drive it. He comes in, there's a 458 Ferrari white with a black roof. So I said, okay, I'll take it. I kind of cheat my vision board, right? I can't afford the Ferrari, but I'll get to drive it. So vision board works.
Yeah.
This rubbish. And then I drove it for a couple of months, paid the 22 grand. And the guy comes to me and says, I'm sorry, I got bad news. So what's that? I'm going to close the club, because everybody can afford cars like that. Nobody wants to rent it. You're the only one who's happy paying that money. I said, what are you going to do with a white Ferrari with a black roof? He goes, I don't know. I said, can I buy it? He goes, okay. So I got no money. I said, well, I can pay it over interest-free over 6 months. Did the deal, gave me the key.
But how did you make that money?
Business came.
So when
worked
you
my
come
ass
here,
off.
you just made business.
Business. I can tell you what I did. I can tell you now what I did. So I like to share this, right? Because abundance is for everyone.
Yeah, because people have a difficulty to think they go to another country, but can they succeed? Can they find a job? Like they say, like the land of opportunities is America in the end, but you made it also here in the UAE and
the
Dubai.
money is in America.
Yeah.
But you made two things, and I feel the conflict. One is job. Job stands for just over broke, right? And then there's opportunity. So I only hire people who are looking for opportunities, because I can work with them. If somebody's looking for a job, it's not what I'm looking for. I want somebody who's looking for an opportunity for their lives, for themselves, and also contributing. So I'm looking for happy, positive dreamers, right, who really believe in big dreams. The fact is, I'm a professional, so-called professional speaker. I get paid $3,000 for speaking on stage. In America, I get paid $30,000. And they pay for private flights, top hotels, food. So just the quantity of money is larger over there than it is here in personal development. Then I'm doing an event that I've invited you, and the crypto crowd, they're all here. The Russians, the Chinese, the Ukrainians, the Iranians, the Americans, the British, they're all coming here.
That's the thing. They're all coming here, aren't they?
Coming here.
And more are coming here because
more and more are coming. Sitting here, you actually see more space than property.
Yeah, you still do, don't you? Yeah.
So you think, although Dubai, everybody's coming here, there's so much space. This is all going to be.
Yeah, and then over there, you have over there, and you have the island over there. Yeah.
Correct. So the opportunity is tremendous. Yeah, there's so much money to be made. Yeah.
Do you think if your kids were somewhere else with your ex-wife, for example, in USA or South America, you think you would have gone there?
Yes.
Yeah, but then 100%. You would have probably stayed there in the end. You wouldn't have seen UAE.
Well, the thing is, you come here. Who wants to pay taxes? You're German and British, right? So in Germany, you pay more taxes than the British do, right?
Yeah.
But they're all painful.
Yeah.
In Germany, you even pay 10% to the church. Right?
But you can deregister from the church. But you don't know that until years later when you pay into it and you think you can do. Oh, I didn't know that. And you get more salary, but it's not like much in the end, But still, you pay for social money. You pay for the Eastern country. You pay the insurance. You got that. It's like crazy.
Now here, people say it's expensive. No, you can't afford it.
Exactly.
Right? Because the opportunity, straight away when you're in, you're 50% better off.
Yeah.
You're not paying taxes.
Yeah.
Okay, you get private health, but you have the best hospitals, right? So the opportunities here is how you see the world. Okay? So everything is affordable if you can afford it.
Exactly.
Right? When people are complaining and moaning, there's more and more showrooms opening up with supercars.
Yeah, but
somebody's buying them.
And even the car rentals, they're all full. All the cars are rented out. Super luxury.
Took me half an hour to park downstairs. Yeah. Right? Yeah. There's demand for space. And the thing is, what I say is the way we see the world, your reflection is the way we see the world. Right? So a negative person will see negativity.
Exactly.
Positive person will see positivity. Yeah. It's how we see the world is a reflection of what we see back.
Exactly. And I've only been here now 5 years, but last 2 or 3 years is tremendous. And even helping people to come here, to give them also better life, it's just getting more and more. And the thing is, the last few weeks, the people can't, from UK, Germany, Spain, USA, family, they can't wait to come here. They're just like, when can I, it's like, give me the...
Get them here now before summer comes, right? They were like, Jesus, August in Dubai, I don't want to be here. I had a client of mine he was into second citizenship. And it was about 14 years ago, one of my first clients. And he had, in his office, a guy comes, Iranian guy, and with his wife, and he was like 35, okay? And he comes in, and he's never left Iran before, okay? So having a chat with him, he wants a second citizenship, just in case anything happens, they can go on a private jet and live in Barbados.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there, and the guy goes, how much money do you have? Not much. How much money do you have in your account in Emirates MBD? $130 million, right? And I'm thinking, this guy's never left Iran, and he's pittance money sitting in his Emirates MBD account. The guy's worth billions. Yes, he owns factories in Iran. So they're there.
They're there, yeah.
It's where you go to meet them is the key, right? And then what kind of a conversation do you have with them? So what I said to my guy, if this guy hasn't left Iran before and he's with his wife and kids, he's shitting himself. He's shitting himself. He's never sat on a plane. Right? Where is he before coming to Dubai? Where is he going to sit? Who's going to pick him up at the airport? Which location is he going to live in? Which school? If we really understand what his fears are, okay, and we can accommodate him, how much money you could make. Because to him, $130 million is nothing for a headache free of his family.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't listen to me because he was only in the business of second citizenship. Met him a few months back. It was the biggest mistake of his life.
That he didn't do earlier.
He didn't do a concierge service. He still hasn't done it. Now he's too old. In his 60s, he goes, shit, I should have listened to you. Because once there's trust, money's no object. Yeah. Money is only an object if it is to you. So if you get to your team, the reason they are coming to you saying they can't afford it, because they can't afford it. Yeah. It's not the problem with the client. The client can afford anything.
Exactly. It's like you say, it's an investment into a new life in the end, isn't it?
If they have the deep pockets, they'll do anything. Yeah. I'll give you an example. Just before coming here, I met a client of mine. I helped their company grow. And they're in the financial business. And when I met them, they were managing about $40 million worth of business. Now they have 1.4 billion. And I trained their staff up with the systems in place and have a very good relationship with them. I sat down with him. I said, his name, I said, this year, I'm 15.8, going 15.9, and I want to do something big. I'm tired of this. By the way, now I don't have to work for the rest of my life. I've got enough investment. I can tell you how I did that. And I don't have to work for the rest of my life. I'm done. I've got enough passive coming in the millions a month that I'm good. And I said, but I want to make life-changing money. We're having a chat, and now he's a billionaire, and he's 37.
Whoa.
Yeah.
37. That's
37.
Tremendous, yeah.
Yeah, billionaire.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what, Dariush? What pisses me off? I said, what? He goes, why didn't you why didn't you ask me this question 5 years ago? And he was like, lightning hit me. And I was like, shit, because 5 years ago, I was thinking small. I was thinking, I just keep working with him, build a relationship. When I feel the relationship is strong, we'll do something spectacular. He said, if you asked me this question 5 years ago, you'll be a billionaire. So I'm driving here, I'm like, good God, even if I promote mindset, everything, I still think small.
Yeah,
amazing, right?
It is amazing how you think small, how to think big. But I think you also learn it through people, don't you? Through networks, reading books.
It's just that I haven't, because I'm from a poor background, I don't know what it's like to be truly rich.
Yeah.
So even now I have passive income, I'm still thinking it's too good to be true. So once in a while, I'll take on a project just in case. What is just in case? Right? You made it, you can do it several times. There is no just in case. Enjoy it, right? And then find out, my son has, this new hotel built, Mass Hotel, next to Jumeirah Beach Hotel.
Yeah.
Those two beautiful buildings. Mm-hmm. He has an apartment there. Now, I'm on a waiting list for the new Ferrari 4x4. And he said, Dad, he's moved into that building. He goes, Dad, I come down, there's 8 of them.
8 already parked there.
Already parked there. His neighbors, they have 8 of these Ferraris 4x4s. And I'm there thinking, I'm poor comparing to them. Yeah. Because they don't mind paying premium.
Yeah. But you're not poor in the end.
Comparing to them. Everything's comparative, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, God, if I was in that neighborhood, I would feel poor, right? Nothing wrong with it. I live in abundance, gratitude, I love my... Yeah. It's just, as a thinker, you're always looking into things, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking everything's relevant. I used to have a house on the water in Thailand before the COVID came. After COVID, sold it, finished. But then it was the only one of 5 houses on the water in the whole of Southeast Asia, right? It was a beautiful home. And I thought, I'm going to buy a boat. It was a shame that it's like Florida. You go to the water and there's no boat there. So I bought myself a jet ski. It wasn't the same. I bought this boat and I was really looking forward to seeing it. I went on it. It was like the best thing ever. Turned around and my next door neighbor had a boat twice the size. Suddenly, I didn't feel so good. You see?
Yeah.
Because all I was thinking, I was going to get my own boat. I was getting my own. Now I'm getting it, and it's tiny compared to his. Right? And you know who he was? It was James Caan. You know, the Gladiator, the dragon. The recruitment guy in no, he's not a dragon.
James Caan, ahead of him, I think.
Yeah, recruitment guy, multimillionaire in UK. He does. I was on TV. You know, when they invest in companies.
Yeah.
He was him, my next door neighbor.
Oh wow! But do you think if someone else has more or something bigger, it's also like a thing you like say, okay, I also want to achieve it. I also want to get it.
There's a difference. Most people don't achieve their goals because they're not goal driven. Most people think they're goal driven. They're not. I'll explain to you why. I used to own gyms. 95% of people who join my gyms join when? January. Okay? Because they got New Year's resolution, they've been binging, they want to have a 6-pack on the beach in August. Okay? By April, March, 75% pay and don't come.
Yeah.
Because the goals aren't powerful enough to keep them going.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens is why I made it wasn't because of my goals, it was a pain of having nothing. So if you can remember the pain of having nothing and have your goals, you'll get there.
Yeah, and you don't want to go back to
You don't want to go back.
Pain.
So it's running away from pain and going towards your goals that makes you work. Just being goal-driven, 75% of people don't do it. Because they don't want to go through the pain of leaving something, changing something. And the only constant in the world is change.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? The only constant. It's weird. Yeah. And change is painful because you're creating something new in yourself, right? And if you're going something where you don't know, you have a fear of the unknown, so you just don't do it.
And you stop. It's like if someone shouts to you and you get scared, you think,
yes.
Okay, I don't want that again, so I'm not going to change my position or I don't want more salary or something. I'm going to stay there.
Stay there.
Yeah.
I don't want, and also I don't want confrontation. I don't want that feeling of, so I say to people, confrontation has to be healthy and it's good.
Yeah.
Confront people. Ask why. You know, the answers, we all have the answers. Just don't ask good questions.
Exactly. It's like approaching a girl on the street, isn't it?
It's not going to work. She's too hot.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? What does she want to do with me?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then you see this ugly dwarf go over there.
How did he get?
And then, because he's used to rejection, right? He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Exactly.
And here's another thing, food for thought. Do you know why people like Pamela Anderson, no, she's not so hot anymore, but my time she was the hottest.
Yeah.
Why do they all have these rock star boyfriends? Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones, I think. Huh?
Why? Why? All of them.
All Kid
this who's
Kardashians.
Oh, I don't think they're that hot. But what's the one who does this machines that turn into humans and machines? And she just married this skinny, tall guy, got pregnant from her. What's her name? She's super hot.
USA?
Yeah. Trans. Thank you so much. Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
The Lord answers the question.
She's gorgeous. She's
right?
gorgeous. Huh?
Have you seen? She's.
I haven't seen that.
She's pregnant with a part. Like the guy's ugly as sin, right? 6'6", skinny, everything. But here's the thing: women like men who are on a mission. So women don't like men. Majority. I can't generalize.
Yeah.
Especially hot women. They go, "You're my life. You're my everything." So it's been proven. For instance, if you go to a woman in the street and say, "Look, you're beautiful. Can I have your number?"
Yeah. She gets it every day, isn't it?
She gets it every day, and then she's not going to give you highly like 50-50. You're a really good-looking guy like you and all this business. She go, "Okay, I'm going to have some fun with him." Yeah. Yes, and I'm physically attracted to him, whatever. But if I go and I say, "Hey, listen, I was just on the way to my office, and I saw you. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop myself from taking up your number." It's highly likely she'll give me a number because the man has a mission. He's going somewhere and he wants to take you along.
You're true. Yeah, that's right.
You see?
Yeah.
So it's like always, even in business, what I say, I'll give you an example in business, right? It's a long time since I've been to a hairdresser, but let's say you have a child and you want to take it to a hairdresser and it's on a Saturday in a mall and you go over and you look over the counter and the appointment book's empty. And the receptionist goes to ask a hairdresser if they have any availability. Yeah. And you're thinking, oh shit, there must be something wrong with them because they're empty on a Saturday. Or another time you go to the same place and the appointment book has got names and crosses against it.
Yeah.
You think, I hope they can squeeze me in.
Yeah.
You see? It's all perception.
Yeah.
It's all perception. Same guys working or same ladies working behind the counter.
Yeah.
But it's just your perception of how things are.
Yeah.
And it's the same with women. I'm a thinker, as you can tell. I overthink everything.
But it's true, isn't it? It makes sense. I asked myself that question: why do they always have these rock stars? And you think like,
because the guy's on the drugs and he just wants to play music, and they want to go along his journey.
Yeah.
They don't want somebody to say, "I want to drop all my career because you are the hottest thing that's ever happened."
Yeah. Exactly.
And they leave them.
Yeah. And just come back now to your business.
Let's go to the past. Let's get depressed.
Your business now, and so you're doing several businesses. You're doing a marketing agency. You're doing the
I'm an investor now. Majority investing.
And the Gladiator.
The Gladiator. I tell you what happened. About 9 years ago, somebody said, one of my students said, "I have events. Would you want to speak on my event?" I said, "Okay. I'm not a professional speaker." It's just a 2-day event. Would you speak at 6:00 on a Sunday? I didn't know it's called Dead Man Slot. Everybody wants to go home. It's the last day. I just took it. And then when I finished, which I went about an hour over my time slot, again, I know you shouldn't do that. It's disrespectful to the other speakers. There were more people in the room than I started. And somebody opened up a Facebook page and suddenly I had 500,000 followers. And then I thought, this social media thing is pretty good, right? And then during COVID, I opened up an Instagram and I got, I think, 3.4 million followers. And I just share my stuff. I just share. And I get people messaging me saying, "You changed my life." It's this and that. So that movement was, everything is coincidental. I'll tell you how I got into online. May I share with you online? Yeah, this will blow you away.
Yeah.
So when I was young, I used to watch Muhammad Ali fight. My dad used to get me up at 3:00 in the morning in Iran to watch Ali fights. My dad dies. So the only association I have with Muhammad Ali with my dad is watching Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali retires, then he has Parkinson's, and I just follow him. He was just my hero. And then I come to Dubai and I noticed all these empty buildings. And I thought, you know what? Muhammad Ali has a center called the Ali Center, helps children find the greatest within. I love kids. I can't stand adults. They screw you, they stab you, they do this. I had bad negative association. So I thought, and before when I used to come on holiday to Dubai, I used to bump into Sheikh Mohammed all the time at Emirates Towers, all the time. He used to sit in Noodle House eating and I used to sit next to him. But at that time, he was the crown prince. He wasn't the ruler of Dubai. But people used to say, he's the guy behind Dubai. He's the one. So I could have approached him. He's a really amazing man. So I thought, I'll come here. I'll bring the Muhammad Ali Center. I'll get to meet, Muhammad Ali was alive then. I'll get to meet my hero, and I'll set up something incredible in Dubai. 3 years, nothing. I pitched every Tom, Dick, and Harry as I'm building my business. Nobody wants to know. One night I go home and I said to my friend, hey, listen, I'm going to give up this bullshit. Yes, this Ali Center, it's not going to work. And he goes, have you heard of Facebook? I said, yeah, I have a Facebook page, a couple of hundred friends. It was friends. It wasn't followers or business. It was just friends and family spying on each other. And then he goes, why don't you set up a Facebook page? I said, would you do it for me? Set up a Facebook page. And I sent a letter to my friends, and I had a story. My dad, how Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time, blah, blah. Would you, if 50 of you follow this page, I'll continue my dream. Went to bed, woke up, 1,000 followers. And within 2 weeks, I had 45,000 followers. Wow. I had the government of India, Egypt messaging me, can we have an Ali Center in our country? And then the phone rings, I'm on Sheikh Zayed Road. Can you be available at 9 o'clock? And it was an American voice. 9 o'clock, family around the dining room table, pick up the phone. Mrs. Muhammad Ali.
Oh, crazy.
Muhammad has seen your movement. He wants to invite you to meet him.
You flew to USA.
Yeah. Even now, I think, my God, really? 2011 or something, 12. And then I fly over. I didn't have enough money. I borrowed from friends. Yeah. Took the flights over. By that time, I had 60,000 followers on this page. One post. That was it, that letter. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not here because of me. I'm here because of my followers. If I didn't have 60,000, they wouldn't invite me. So I took a picture of the sandwich board leading to Muhammad Ali. And I said, because of you followers, I'm here. Thank you. 7,000 people replied instantly. And I sat there thinking, this could be a business, right? How many clients do I have? I was a consultant selling my time. Never going to get rich selling your time. And for 3 years, I was asking the question, how can I get rich without selling my time? Because you never get rich selling your time. There's only 24 hours in a day. And then on the back of a handkerchief, I wrote a business plan for a social media company, right? And in the first year, I had 300 clients. Then people came and said, we love what you're doing. Can you do a website? So I Googled it and set up a website company. They said, we love the website. We can't see it. Googled it. Oh, you need social SEO. Had one of the biggest SEO companies. Then the people came and said, it's not fast enough. Then I've got one of the top 3% Google agencies in the whole of MENA region. So before you know it, I had 9 companies. Oh. And it all became from Muhammad Ali.
All from that for one single.
So the idea, the story is, this lesson is, if you keep asking the right question, maybe the answer doesn't come to you straight away. But keep asking.
And it comes.
And the universe comes. I never met him. He never showed up.
Okay.
But then I became a multimillionaire from that event.
There's a reason why you have to go.
Yeah, do you see? It wasn't so direct, but indirectly, I took something out of it. Yeah.
And if you follow the path, somehow it leads to something else, will lead to something else in the end.
Yes, absolutely. Believe in the vibration. Go out there. I'll give you another example. 3 years ago, I got a call from Armani saying, you're one of our top clients. Mr. Armani's coming to Armani Hotel. I want to invite you. I said to the wife, I go to bed at 8:30. What am I going to do? We didn't go. And freaking Coldplay were playing.
No.
200 people.
Wow.
And so we decided that we're not going to say no to anything. And we're just going to yes to everything, right? Because you never know what you're going to miss.
Exactly. That's how I see it myself as well.
You stood there. Coldplay would have been right there playing. But we said no.
Crazy. And then, so the big business you're actually doing, you're as in 2 weeks, you're doing the big event, getting all the crypto millionaires and...
Yeah, do you know what happened? Again, I started this movement, and then I got knackered, and I thought, screw this, helping people doesn't make you money. I'm in the business of abundance. I can live in Maldives on an island for the rest of my life, right? Pretty boring, no growth, so I need to do something. So at that time, I was doing one small event of 100 to 200 people every 2 months, and people were paying $3,000. And it was hard sell, charge 100 people $3,000 for a weekend. So I thought I stopped May 2023. And after over a year, people were phoning me saying, when is your next event? And I thought, too many calls are coming. I said to my son, let's do an event. We drop the ticket price. We get other speakers to come and see how it goes. We sold out in 3 weeks, 1,000 people. And that was April 27th, 2024. And then phones ringing, when's your next one? When's your next one? thought, yeah, but there's demand. Let's do another one, right? Right. So I got excited and I went to the World Trade Center and I booked a room for 3,000 people. We sold out in 2 months, 2,500 people.
You see, I saw the videos. I even saw the advertisement on the Instagram.
Everywhere. We owned the internet. I'm telling you now, I swear to God, I had a chat with my client today. I can pack Coca-Cola Arena now.
That's what we need. We need that. Because you also have Bradley.
Yeah,
from Las Vegas.
Friend, acquaintance.
Yeah. He's quite a big like entrepreneur in the social media, isn't he, in USA?
I think the difference with me and Brad is that he's a man's man, right? So 75% of my followers are women.
Wow.
And the reason for that is
you're good looking. You're good looking for your age.
No.
Crazy.
Do you know what it is? There's not enough men who have the courage to share their vulnerability, right? Women don't like this ego thing anymore. Majority, right? And what they're saying is, listen, I'm a woman in a man's world. I want to learn from you. Don't give me this masculine thing. Although the name is Gladiator, there was women gladiators, right? So they come in because I think they make better soldiers. They go through pain better than men do. You know, they make better decisions. Look at the world right now, right?
True.
So the only thing is they just want to the know-how. They've been out of the market for so long. And they make better stock traders because if you give them a system, they stick to it. A man like me, I bought shares in Alibaba. It tanked. I'm still holding on to them, right? Because my ego said it will turn. Right? This bloody Alibaba has got a better turn. I'll make a fortune. But it hasn't, right? So we have testosterone, we have egos. Well, women don't. And they make better decision makers, better business people. So where was I going with this? A lot of things happen coincidentally. Nothing's planned, but this movement is non-profitable. I don't make any money. Where I'm making my money is in my investments. I own 10,000 trees, olive trees in Georgia, right? And they're giving me 48 to 50% returns a year.
Oh.
Right? Because price of olive oil doubled last year. So we make a lot of olive oil and stuff like that. And as the trees grow bigger, the rewards are going to be bigger. So this goes to 70, 80% return a year. But poor people like me don't know how to make money. I make on average 30, 35% a year.
Oh.
Guaranteed. Right?
Why do you just do like investments now? Because you're like tired of...
I started 7 years ago with 100,000 dirhams and I compounded. So I was disciplined and not touch the money. Compound growth is the eighth wonder of the world, Einstein said. So if you learn compound growth and you can start with $25,000 and I can teach someone how to compound it within 5-6 years, they'll be multimillionaires. But people don't know because we've been brainwashed to banking, put money in banks, giving you 4% a year, where inflation is running at 9%. Hello? Yeah? Your $100 worth 91, your bank gives you $4. Thank you so much. And they lend it out 10 times to different people.
Crazy. So you actually just concentrating on investments mostly, but you're not like, are you still want to build any other businesses or it's just too much work?
What happened is what people are saying is that why are you making this gladiator movement non-profitable? Because I don't want to be one of those people who gets you in a room, makes you feel vulnerable, sells you a deal in the back of the room, right? But then I'm thinking to myself, with AI coming, and I have about 2 terabytes of education, I'm going to put it on an AI platform. And then for $9.99, you can have Gladiator in your pocket. Yes. And you can say, Dariush, I've been on the date. Yes. Or Dariush, I'm being rejected by this client. I'm being ghosted. Whatever it is, how do I handle it? And then it taps into all my lessons and then it gives you an answer how to close this. Like, I'm sure you guys, you've been ghosted, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I teach someone who had to send a message and 25% more people reply. Because it's all psychology, right? I can go into a retail store and this is proven and tested, increase the sales by 20% same day. Because why? I'll give you an example. Because people don't understand psychology. If you go into a shop and you go to the same shop and you want to buy your Hugo Boss shoes, right? And you know what you want, what size, and then suddenly an assistant comes to you in the shop and they go, good morning, sir, how can I help you? And you go, it's okay, I'm just looking. Everybody says that. I'm just
exactly.
Looking. But you're saying something to fob them off. You're not saying them the truth. Now, you would have thought Hugo Boss, a multi-billion-dollar company, will train their staff better. Right? So if I was there thinking, my life depends on this client walking in, I wouldn't ask, how can I help you? Because 99% of the time they say, it's okay, I'm just looking, right? You're walking down the mall and somebody jumps in front of you with a perfume. What are you thinking? Oh, shit. I should never walk. I should never walk in the middle because I always get caught.
Exactly. That's why sometimes
I walk on the side. Yeah. So we all think the same. I've never met you before, right?
Yeah.
If people could tap into people's brains and understand what prospects are thinking and dance with them, you can get connection. And then you can sell anything to anyone who likes and trusts you. And I believe you can build like and trust in 30 seconds.
Well, it's like the big brands, Prada, Gucci. They don't go to you. Buy anyway.
Yeah. You know? Idiots, they think it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
So if I give out 10,000 testers, one of them will go and buy my perfume. Hello, why don't you polish up your acts? Yes, work on your soft skills. Instead of having these poor, often you walk by thinking, well, he or she had something about them. They stand there for 10 hours handing out testers.
Yeah, no sense.
Because the company never trained them.
No sense.
Right?
And just going back to the Coca-Cola arena, are you thinking to fill the stadium up one day?
100,000%. The only difference is that my audience, I give you an example. I'm speaking in Mind Valley. Have you heard of Mind Valley? It's one of the biggest mind
and they have the website where you can you
can subscribe annually and stuff like that. So I'm speaking on the stage on Sunday. Now, where was I going with this? Yes. So what was your question? I have to come back to that.
The Coca-Cola arena.
On Coca-Cola arena. Okay, so I can go on Mind Valley and speak in a Coca-Cola arena and it will be fine. My audience, they need to feel that I love them. There's a lot of love in the room. It was a 2-day event. We didn't sell nothing, no courses, and people feel your genuineness. You're not selling anything, right? Don't come to my membership, we're not interested, just we're going to give you love. At the end, this is interesting. I said, just in case you're interested in how I made my money, 70% of my investments are with that company. 1,000 people got up and ran to them.
You didn't sell them anything, they just come up.
Sold nothing. Because for 2 days, I just gave them love, right? My only concern is the Coca-Cola arena. If somebody's on the top tier, they don't feel the same connection.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Because through that 2,500 people, I walked into the audience. I feel them, and I hug them. Yes, I can't do that in Coca-Cola arena. So in my mind, I produced the music, I mixed the music, I did all the videos, everything. I'm very careful of how I treat my followers, my audience. I just don't want to lose that connection in a big stadium. Cut a long story short, government of Abu Dhabi contacted me. And they said, we'll give you free of charge the Etihad Arena.
Well, that's the same, isn't it?
Yeah, but I have to pay $1.5 million.
Okay.
They said, we heard about your movement. Would you have it? Just name your price. We'll even pay you. And just tell us how many rooms you book in Abu Dhabi. And this is me. It's only my second event. You see, here's why I think I make money. It's because people like my energy, right? And that's what I've had all my life, saying, we like your energy. I don't know what it is about you, but I like your energy. If somebody likes your energy, they will find a way to do business with you.
Yeah, right. Are you going to do that in Abu Dhabi then?
You got to do that first. No, I've never. I don't go cross borders.
Okay.
I get a nosebleed. I don't go past towards the clock tower. I get a nosebleed there, right?
Yeah.
And I just stay within my little location and then fly out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have a loyalty to Dubai. It's helped me make it, right?
Well, how do you make the contacts when the people from outside of the UAE, if you're not, like, say, you don't fly outside, they approach you, or how?
They approach me with social media reach.
Okay.
Today I got a message, somebody's flying from Sweden to watch me speak for 20 minutes on Sunday. How crazy is that? I met a couple in Maldives, had a 10-minute conversation with them. They flew to my last summit. Kathy and Martin, great people, great couple. 10 minutes chat. They flew from Germany to my last summit and signed a distribution agreement to have the next summit in Germany.
Oh.
I signed 4 countries this year. India, Switzerland, Germany, and South Africa signed. So Gladiator Summit's going all over the world.
It's good. I think it's good to also connect with people, and have change people's lives.
If you're authentic and you really want to, they see through it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a longer journey, isn't it? And most of people are doing something. They're not like, say, nothing against the Germans, but when I see Germans, I don't follow any like German entrepreneurs. They're not real. They're just like, looks fake for me. And I'm German myself, you know? So I prefer the English speaking or the Americans because they just have this energy and power. How they bring.
Well, the thing is, in America, they're sick of that. because they're sick of being shouted at, sick of being told, right? So they like something like me because they think I'm, I appeal to the monkey in the room. Have you ever been to a course where there's some really good-looking people, some really physically powerful people, some super intelligent people? I've never been any of those groups. I've always been the middle guy, right? I just have a desire, right? Show me the know-how and I'll do it, right? So if you're a hard worker, your intentions are right, making money is easy, right? The thing with the Germans is just conditioning. Germans cry that on my seminars, but it takes them a little bit longer than a Latino person, right? Because they're less emotional, right?
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
more controlled. So everybody, when you break it down, do you know what everybody wants? Love.
Yeah, a hug, love. Yeah,
unconditional
listen to the person.
Yeah, they want to trust you that you're not going to hurt them. They're going to trust you. You're not going to take advantage of them. And ultimately, I know it sounds a bit gay, but ultimately, everybody wants a hug. Everybody wants love. Ultimately, the guy who smokes a cigar, drives a Lamborghini, he wants love. Yeah, his followers. Then break it down. Significance. My mom used to say I was an asshole. I was an idiot. I was useless. I'm this. Right. So I think sometimes deep down inside, this desire to help people is to say to my mom, see, screw you. You made a mistake. Big fucking mistake. Right? You said I was not going to be anything. Now I can show you. But then how can I allow that child to dictate the man I am today, right? So discovering who you are.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Is there anything you could say a person wants to change his life and has it hard? What you can tell him?
Absolutely. This soon shall pass. Good things pass, bad things pass. But what you can do, but through doing small wins, have a plan, go backwards. I'll give you an example. When Tiger Woods is prime in his career, when everybody was hole 1 the day before practicing the shots, he was at hole 18 working backwards because in his head he'd already won the tournament. And he worked how he won it. Well, everybody else was like, this is hole 1, hole 2, hole 3, right? But that time, in his head, he'd already won it. So when he'll walk on the green, everybody will quit. Just he walked like a winner. I don't know if you can remember Tiger Woods at his prime.
Yeah.
And the way he just walks, you think he's just going to win the tournament, right? So it's all mental. So all you have to think is, this soon shall pass. If I keep winning, and I know what my goal is, and walk backwards, what do I have to do every minute, every hour, how serious you are? And then ultimately, in time and distance, you will get there. But persevere. Don't ask your family for opinions because they have an agenda. They want to protect you.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Ask independent people. So if I was, for instance, if I knew you were a billionaire, I'll ask you financial questions. Yeah. I'll go to Saj,
the right
ask
people.
you about spirituality. I'll go to somebody else who specializes in love and go to different people. Follow them on. So even if you don't know them, follow them. A lot of meetings I had, I walk out, there was nobody to judge me. I would think, my son was here and he was 13 at the time. Would he be proud of me or not? If he was proud of me, I did a good job. If not, how can I improve? So keep adjusting.
But what if you don't find or you don't know how to find the people? You, of course, you use your mindset, but what if you don't know how to use mindset? What do you do then? You just dive deep into it?
Contact people like me and say, I know nothing. I know you want to help people. I don't want to be a drain on your time and resources, but I'd like to come in and deliver for your company and spend some time learning from you. Everybody wants to borrow money from me, get a job from me. I'm not interested. But nobody says, I want to learn from you.
Yeah, they don't want to learn for free, for example.
One guy said, and they don't value it.
No, they don't value it.
They want to come and learn from it, and you pay him.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And you think, hang on a second, where is this one?
All your experience you have, like that's worth like hundreds of millions.
Millions, yeah. I might connect, one telephone call, I can connect someone to somebody to change their lives. They don't see it. One guy started this morning. He saw me speak in Portugal last month, 22 years old, plays for Netherlands volleyball team, quit everything, flew to my office this morning and started work today. And he's going to be super rich, 22 years old. His name's Mika, and I want him to watch this. And I'm proud of him. And I know. And do you know what he did? He'd never been to Dubai before. Sunday, walked to my office when the door is shut, found a route so he won't be 5 minutes late on his day one.
Oh, crazy.
And he sent me a picture.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what a superstar does. How many people start with you coming late? They phone up 10 minutes before. What's your direction? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not prepared as well.
Not prepared.
Don't take it serious.
Want it badly enough.
No.
Yeah. Make excuses for this and that and that. No, come early.
Yeah. Oh, wish him good luck.
He doesn't need it. He will be successful with or without me.
Yeah.
It's in his attitude.
Yeah, but he wants to be probably more successful or reach his goals much quicker with you. You
I
know?
will make him rich, and I'll take a big slice out of his money.
Yeah.
That he's going to make for both of us. So he'll make me richer, and I'll make him richer.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best way to be selfless is to be selfish.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. So you fill your cup.
Yeah.
So you're full of energy, and you can help everybody else.
Yeah.
Most people try to help everybody when their cup's empty.
Empty. Yeah.
So they're always knackered and pissed off and fucked.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
Yeah. Thanks, Dariush. It was a crazy, very interesting interview.
You never had an idea where this was going to go.
We will carry on for 2 hours.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks very
It's been
much.
a pleasure.